a year of interfaith understanding. Having a conference every 3 years for one day isn't going to have that much impact. So I got together with David Bach and Charlie Honey and Fred Stella and some others, and we said, let's do something more. Let's get the whole community involved.
That's where the structure got started, through the energy and the resources of Grand Valley and the Kaufman Interfaith Institute.
We wanted to make it official. We want this to be not just an idea that we came up with, but we wanted Grand Rapids to sort of embrace this idea. So we went to Mayor Hartwell.
They wanted to announce a year of interfaith understanding here in Grand Rapids, and if I would be so kind as to be the face of the announcement, they would organize the year.
I'm one of those persons who really likes getting together with planning committees and meetings. The things that I liked best were bringing together representatives from different congregations, inviting a whole group of people. Are you interested in this idea, and can we do something in Grand Rapids?
To have a city proclaim a year wholly dedicated to interfaith understanding, we've not seen done.
We haven't seen it.
No.
You know, it could be that there are similar things out there, but we don't know about them. For Grand Rapids in West Michigan to be able to do an initiative like this, where people come together respectfully across different faith lines and respect each other's traditions, I think is a great example for the rest of the country. You know, if Grand Rapids can do this, surely you could do something like this.
We went to various community organizations, theater groups, to the museums, bookstores, libraries, the Economic Club, World Affairs Council, the Symphony. We went to various community organizations and said, we know that you're not a faith organization, but you're a community organization. But would you consider, as a part of your programming during the year, doing something that would be recognizing and tying into the year of interfaith understanding?
The performance of the Stephen Paulus oratorio was you know, for me, and I think for many, many others, one of the most moving musical experiences that I've ever had. I don't remember ever being moved by a musical performance as I was for that performance, which of course was written in memorial of those lost in the Holocaust, Jews lost in the Holocaust.
It was done, commissioned to recognize the 60th anniversary of the liberation of the death camps in Germany, and the 40th anniversary of the papal encyclical Nostra Aetate, which was the first time that the church formally dealt with its relationship to other religions. And in that encyclical, they specifically said that the Jews are not responsible for Christ's death.
A number of people together. They talked about making a quilt, and what happened is that the project got so big and was so enthusiastically responded to that they decided, instead of making quilts out of the squares that you see, they would make them individual flags and show them that way. There were persons and groups that suggested ideas for people who were quilters from all the different congregations. I know that the idea came from two people who met at a table talk on a Tuesday night across the table and said, maybe we could do something with this. I think this was the best. I think that it was best because all three speakers were evenly powerful, and it was within the framework of the Year of Interfaith Understanding, so that they were all focused on that kind of a theme, and the people who attended it were prepared, if you might say it that way, by the whole year of all the different events that they'd been to. Many people came there who had been to something else before that.
One thing that unites us all, one thing, we all have different answers to great, some would say, unanswerable questions. But we all ask the same questions.
I love when people come to events and, you know, they're thinking and they're challenged and they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And so especially for like a big conference, like, you know, the October 30th conference, the Triennial Interfaith Dialogue, you know, when people come to that and they say, oh, it was fantastic and it really touched me and, you know, so thought-provoking, and they have no idea that we were scrambling for, you know, something, that makes me happy, and those are my favorite events.
There is no theological doctrine being pushed here. This is not about, you don't have to say all religions are equal, you know, you don't have to say there are many paths to the same truth. All you have to do is be willing to engage and get to know people of different faiths and speak to them in a respectful way, and that's it. It's never been the goal for everybody to say, oh, I'm okay, you're okay, you know, we're all looking for the same thing, we're all looking for the same God. You know, that's not always true, and it's important to be honest about what you believe and what you don't believe. And as Fred says, as long as you're respectful, treat each other as spiritual grown-ups. Okay, you believe that way? I don't, you know, but I respect your right to believe that.
What this year of Interfaith Understanding is doing is sort of formalizing what has been part of our history. It's sort of bringing to our consciousness something that has always been a part of our community ethos. And I think it's really exciting that now everybody can celebrate and recognize and take pride in the fact that we are a community that is committed to interfaith understanding. Perhaps the next phase will be focusing more on youth, maybe on college and even high school students.
I'm just hoping that maybe seeds have been planted, little interfaith seeds all over the community have been planted. And in 2013, we'll see kind of what happens and kind of let it organically, you know, see what grows.